entered this E3 with a momentum, and we will build on it in the month ahead. As always, Nintendo will prosper as we move into the true mass market. Nintendo has never been more focused, never more determined, never more willing to take risks, and we will not retreat. Make no mistake, we are staying right in the middle of the home console battle. The successor to Nintendo GameCube is already in development. And this time, we will not give our competitors a head start reaching the market. We are going to do it our way, and we are going to succeed. Thank you all. And George and I look forward to answering your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Iwata. We've received hundreds of inquiries worldwide from the media in recent weeks, and we've tried to select some of the best that represent the most frequently asked questions to answer for you here today. To deliver those questions to us, we've invited Edward Williams with Gerard Cloward Madison to moderate. So Ed, come on up and ask those questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for asking me to help you out. Okay, I think we've got a few questions here. I figured we'd get started with the first one for me, given Sony's announcement earlier today. But given the Sony's announcement of the PSP, what will Nintendo do to ensure continued third-party support for the Game Boy Advance, and what changes might you make to your strategy in order to maintain your leadership position in the handheld market?
This is about handheld strategy, so I think maybe Mr. Iwata should answer this question.
ソニーが PSP を発表して、これからサードパーティーのサポートを持ちながら、GBA の成功をどうやってこれから続けていくでしょうか。
はい、ソニーさんがポータブルを発表されたっていうのは、私がここに来るつい直前に聞きました。で、2004年の、年末に発売されるということと、それから値段も何もまだ発表されていない。ただ、いろいろな機能を詰め込んだ非常にソニーさんらしいマシンだなと思いました。
Of course, immediately before coming here this morning, I did hear that Sony has indeed announced a portable game player. But I think the fact that that's, the launch date for that is Q4 of 2004, and they haven't announced a price point. But the fact that they have included all of these different elements to it and connection features seems very Sony-like to me.
今はマーケットのハンドヘルドのマーケットはほとんどすべて我々が抑えているわけですから、今すぐに慌てふためいて何もする必要はないと思っています。ただ、もちろん我々もさらに魅力的な遊びをお客さんに提供できるように努めていきたいと思います。
Now, because I think that we are essentially in control of the handheld market at this point in time, we don't feel that there's anything in particular that we need to be worried about right now. Essentially, what we're going to continue to do is what we do best, and that's innovate, provide innovative gameplay and new forms of fun.
The next question comes from Jeff Keighley with Business 2.0. If Nintendo continues to pursue its current strategy, which eschews media convergence in favor of pure gaming, does the company realistically think it can be the market share leader in future console generations, or is Nintendo satisfied being a small but profitable niche player?
I think that's a question I can probably answer. Actually, we believe that the further our competitors move away from pure gaming into these other capabilities, the more we are going to be strong. We know that we are the best developer and hopefully the best inspirer of creative gameplay, and we think that by focusing on those types of things and creating a value-oriented game console system that we can succeed not only now with GameCube but also in the next generation.
The next question is from Frank Catalano, a technology industry analyst. Nintendo has tried to age up the GameCube by introducing games for an older audience. How successful has this been, and how much of an emphasis will be placed on this in the next year?
I think I can answer that question also. Well, people tend to forget that already of our GameCube owners, 40% of them are over age of 18. So it's a very, very powerful audience. We've made some great strides here in adding games to our own core portfolio with things like the Resident Evil franchise and many things you saw today like Metal Gear Solid and others. But one of the things we can't forget, though, is that great games like Mario Kart, some of our franchise games, really do appeal to a wide audience. So we think we're adding to our portfolio, but still building on our strength of our core franchise characters.
Okay. Next question is from Stephen Kent, a freelance industry reporter. Has Nintendo discovered the internet yet? Will we see GameCube connect to anything more than Game Boy Advance in the near future?
I think that's really more of an online or connectivity type question, if Mr. Iwata would want to answer that one.
まず最初に申し上げておきますけど、私はネットワーク技術をゲームに応用することには別に否定的ではありません。
Well, the first point that I'd really like to make clear here is that Nintendo does not feel that network technology is incompatible with gaming. We don't think that's the case at all.
ただ、これだけ多くの人が次はオンラインゲームだといい、いろんなチャレンジをしているのに、なぜ誰も大儲けしてないのかって考えると、やはりビジネスモデルの構造そのものに問題があると言わざるを得ないと思います。
I think really the fact that we've had so many people working so hard on online games for so long, and yet we've really failed to see a killer app that's really boosted online gaming the way we would have expected by now, really raises questions about the fundamental business structure of online gaming.
だから私は毎月お金をお客さんからいただかなくても、できるようなネットワーク技術の使い方はないのかということをずっと考えてまして、そういうことをですね、近い将来皆さんにお話しできたらいいなと思って研究を続けています。
So we at Nintendo have been and will continue to research ways that we can use online features in games without having to rely on this existing business structure of charging people monthly for this type of service. We'll continue our research, and we hope to be able to tell you all about something related to this sometime in the near future.
Okay. This next question was anonymously asked. What are your unit projections by territory for this fiscal year, and are you confident you can meet them?
It's really that's a business forecast type of question, so I think Mr. Iwata should probably address that.
我々来週決算発表を控えてまして、そこで今期のね、来年の3月までの販売予測をお話しすることになっているので、今詳しい数字はお話しできないんですよ。
Well, we're going to be announcing our final fiscal results next week. So unfortunately today I'm not going to be able to discuss in detail our goals for the coming period through March of next year.
それで我々はゲームキューブを、今日の時点でお話しできるのは、我々はゲームキューブを世界中で約600万台、それからゲームボーイアドバンスを2000万台売るということを目標にしてまして、それは十分に達成可能だと自信を持っております。
What I can say today is that worldwide we intend to sell 6 million GameCube hardware units and 20 million Game Boy Advance hardware units within the coming year, and we think that those goals are definitely within our reach.
This next question is from Edward Wu with Wedbush Morgan Securities. What is the outlook for console and software pricing for GameCube and Game Boy Advance?
I think I can answer that question. We'll start with software. We believe that software pricing can stay where it is with really great first releases on GameCube coming at $49 and the Game Boy Advance titles coming at $34 or $39. So we don't see any risk there to our first-party titles. In fact, as we look at software pricing, we've seen some erosion in the unit prices, but the overall dollar spent on software has been up in the first quarter. The question about consoles is one that I'm sure has been on everybody's mind. Right now, we feel very comfortable with the Nintendo GameCube at $149 with a free game offer that we can compete. We're going to be considering other promotional types of opportunities going forward. And we're confident that what we've heard from our competitors at this E3, that'll put us in very good shape.
Okay. This next question is from Mike Antonucci with the San Jose Mercury News. Given the critical praise of the GameCube and its many games, why hasn't the GameCube...